So yeah, that would be your biggest difference there. Now it doesn't say, let's see, 1 cup of water happens to equal both 8 fluid ounces and 8 ounces of weight.
That's why they
so
say
you might
1 cup all the
assume
time.
that 1 cup equals 8 ounces of weight universally in recipes, but water is the exception rather than the rule.
God
Since
damn.
fluid ounces and ounces are measuring very different things, they rarely are the same for both ingredients. Think of 1 cup of flour and 1 cup of tomato sauce. They both occupy the same volume, 8 fluid ounces, but they have very different weights. 8 ounces of the flour, 7.9 ounces on the tomato sauce. Because tomato sauce is denser.
That damn
weighs more.
dense soup.
Yeah.
I love it.
That makes total sense, actually. That makes total sense. Volume versus mass.
Yeah, it does. All jokes aside, I do love a good sauce, but
I like learning things.
I do also. When there's a bright light in my eyes, I feel like my brain has an aversion to absorbing information because it's spending so much. You spend only 10% of your brain power, right? Because the rest is the psychic stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I'm spending the 10% shielding my like good memories and good thoughts and math from the light burning. That I don't get to enjoy it as much. But
I understand completely.
send me the article and I'll read it while I'm pooping or something. That's when I do my best learnings. With the lights off.
So everything seems to be fine with the vaccine. I'm not getting any messages from the mothership telling me where to go or what to do, so I don't think Bill Gates got me this time.
You're not getting any new messages, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Thank you for clarification. You're exactly right. And so yeah, I mean, so far so good, and it's going to protect me and my family. So if that is any sort of information to convince you or anyone you love to go and get it yourselves, please do so. It looks like here in the United States, most adults should have access to it by May 1st.
Oh, that makes me so happy. That was one of my biggest fears. From my day job, we did like temporary layoffs because there weren't enough hours because nobody was there. We didn't need anybody
Nobody
there.
is shopping at the mall during La Pandemia.
No,
it's just not happening.
And I finally went back, and the biggest hurdle was, aside from anxiety, because that's just general stuff, generalized anxiety disorder that you work
and having
through,
to deal with people and being out in public
and having to pee as well, because now my brain, I don't know if I told you this, Tim, now my brain just doesn't tell me, or my body just doesn't tell my brain when I have to pee.
Interesting.
So I was lifting a heavy box at work the other day and kind of leaned it against myself while I pressed the button on an elevator. And I was like, ooh, push on my bladder a bit. I really got to pee now, don't I?
Ooh,
yeah.
So, pressure.
What's that pressure happening? Why am I wet and warm? No, but I don't know if that's a side effect of anxiety and ADD medication cocktail that I have every morning, but it's a very interesting byproduct of all that.
Did I ever tell you the story of when I peed myself on top of the Great Wall of China?
Oh my God, I don't think so. But to round off, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was gonna to go ahead and launch into my story. So if you had anything to finish up, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, anxiety aside, COVID was the scariest thing, and we actually now, because we have to work, because we're working in essential services, I will say, not to be too specific, but we are able to pre-register now for the vaccine. So I'm very excited to get that at some point. Maybe in 2 months, maybe in 7 months. Who knows? Canada is doing things weird, but I hope everybody that needs it gets it. And if you're scared,
at least,
sorry, don't be scared.
At least your economic relief is good.
Yes. I am definitely lucky, and I feel like a lot of people are lucky in my similar situation. Could be luckier, could be a lot worse. And there are a lot of people that I know that are going through horrible times because of the government just not feeling like they want to help, or, oh, sorry, you're not eligible for this because of something stupid, or
X,
you have
Y,
to
or
pay
Z.
all of this back because fuck you. So, I hope everybody is bouncing back, and I hope that there are more pardons than initially suspected during tax season. We will see.
Same.
But go ahead, talk about your piss.
So, on my day job, youtube.com/wanderingwolf, we were, God, this would have been July 2019, and talk about great timing. we took a trip to China.
Uh-huh.
And we're one of the last tourists to get to go through China.
Yeah, what, like 3 to 4 months before?
Yeah, everything shut down.
Yeah.
Just a couple of months after that.
I want to say September, October was like
September. I think it was like November when they actually started closing the border to incoming.
Closing them, yeah.
Yeah. Like it was.
I've seen it on the news for a while, I feel like.
I remember the first 4 deaths coming out of China from this disease in February of last year. And I sent a text over to some of my traveling buddies, and I was like, hey, this is going to be a big deal. Like,
yeah. This will definitely affect us in our traveling.
Yeah, y'all should keep an eye on this because it's a big deal. And they were like, it'll be fine. Well, anyway, so while we were in China, we were on top of the Great Wall of China, and it took probably a 5-mile journey to get to halfway through the trail where we were. We were supposed to go up this. So if you imagine the Great Wall of China, and now I can actually like
visualize it. Yeah. Show me. Paint me a picture.
You imagine the Great Wall of China as a big wall that just kind of goes along. It's not straight. It's got a lot of curves, but I can't do that with my arm.
No.
So we were supposed to crawl up the side of a mountain. And then if you went this way, it was going to take you to the touristy part of the Great Wall, where things got really nice and you were able to like walk over the entire thing and everything was nice and smooth.
Towards the elbow.
If we went this way,
listeners, towards the hand.
You would end up running very low on wall and things become very
segmented,
unkept, and segmented, and you're like crawling up broken pieces of Great Wall that are like 20 feet straight up of free climbing, and stuff like this. So halfway through this trail that was around 4 or 5 miles long, we are up there. Because I don't know if you've seen pictures of the Great Wall of China. The Great Wall of China is a ridge that runs along the top of several mountains.
Yeah, I've seen it from space. Yeah.
Dozens of mountains.
Yeah.
And so when you get to a section of the Great Wall, you're already having to hike up a mountain.
Yeah.
And then it just runs along the crest the whole way. So we're walking along, and there's this little section where to get from this part of the Great Wall to this part, you've got to walk over a slim section of dirt, over a boulder, and then to the other side. This boulder is probably about 5.5 feet tall. Not very big.
It's taller than me. Just taller than me.
Yeah.
Sad.
And it has little stair steppies chiseled into the side of it for you to be able to put your feet, and you just kind of do, and
for
you go
footing
over.
pleasure. Ew.
Now, my legs are already shaking like the world's worst rubber goose, and I, with about 20 pounds of camera gear on my back and a backpack, am expected to climb over this boulder when there are no railings, there are no nothing. The wind is blowing sideways, and what's to the left and right side?
Death.
A 700-foot drop.
Death is,
I mean, it's all trees and slope going down for as far as the eye can fucking see.
Yeah.
So I have a full-blown panic attack. Like, just straight up, like, I can't do this, dude. I'm gonna die. Like, I've got money in my account right now. There's a helicopter service at the thing. Call them. Get me a helicopter to get me off this thing because I can't do this anymore.
I'm air Ubering home. Goodbye. Yeah. Takes a lot to get there.
I did not know this at the time, but apparently I had to pee. And when I started having a panic attack, I lost all muscle control. Because you just kind of, and unfortunately, bladder is one of those muscles. So I genuinely just started to pee my pants. And there was nothing I could do about it until I recognized it was happening. And I was like, dude, turn away. I need to pee, apparently.
Give me privacy. Yeah, it's happening.
It was one of those weird things. I had never felt my body fail like that before. You know, it genuinely, like, you know, when you do a bicep curl or any kind of exercise, maybe not you, but like somebody out there in the audience, somebody out there in the audience, and you exercise to the point of failure. Have you ever gotten that feeling?
Yes.
Where like your muscles just genuinely fail and there's nothing that you can do about it. Yeah. I had never had that happen to an internal organ before. And it was a very strange and very kind of out of body feeling at the time. But that's one of those things that I'll never forget. Like I'm going to be 5 years old, God willing, sitting in a rocking chair trying desperately to remember not to poop myself. And then I'll go, oh yeah, I did pee myself once though.
Yeah.
And then I'll probably still poop myself anyway.
And then you'll forget about it.
95 years old. What are you going to do?
Yeah, exactly. But you're going to be ripped. Because you work out constantly till failure.
But yeah, really so I thought you would appreciate, and the audience would appreciate, that glimpse into a real life circumstance. After the fact, I was like, Mike, did you get any of that on film?
Yeah, because that's a moment. That's a viral moment.
No, I kind of wasn't sure you were having and we had to have a long conversation about, I don't care.
Jesus.
What it is.
Yeah.
Film it.
Sacrifice yourself for the art.
And if it's too sensitive, we won't use it. We'll just leave it on the cutting room floor and never touch it again. Not that big a fucking deal. But film everything, because you're right. That's real. That's what happens to people when you actually travel, and you know, some of the unexpected stuff that can come up. And that's part of the joy of doing that, as you know, part of my day job. And I hope it comes across in a lot of the videos that, like, when shit goes wrong, you can still make a good day out of it.
Oh, totally. Especially if you can edit. Like, if you're turning in your head, in planning stage, a 2-hour walk, and now it's a 5-hour hike, you can make it shorter. You can cut in all the, oh God, what's wrong with us? And you only have to live that once.
Yes.
Everyone else can live it repeatedly on their Google Chromecast on their 55-inch TVs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's youtube.com/wanderingwolf. Go and check it out right now.
Yeah, yeah. To impede itself. You have to see the P adjacent content.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.